Ever wonder how hackers really find their way in? I'll tell you, it is not the frantic keyboard-smashing chaos you see in the movies. Not at all. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the very first, and you could argue the most critical step of any attack, reconnaissance. It's also known as footprinting. And believe me, this is where the entire operation kicks off.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics of footprinting, then explore the different ways to gather intel. We'll even look at some surprisingly powerful tools, including Google, and then see how an attacker puts it all together to build a complete blueprint for an attack.
All right, let's just dive right into this first phase. And you can forget everything you think you know about last-minute, high-pressure hacking. The real work, the smart work, starts way before a single line of malicious code is even on the table.
Right, so what's the first move? It's not about instantly breaking through firewalls. The reality is, well, it's a lot more patient. It's a slow, methodical process of gathering every last scrap of information you can find about a target. It's basically detective work, pure and simple.
Think of it like this. An architect would never start building without a detailed blueprint. It's the same idea here. Before you can find a weak wall or an unlocked window, you have to know the building's complete layout. Footprinting creates that essential map of a target's entire digital world.
So, what exactly goes into this blueprint? Well, an attacker is hunting for three main categories of information. First up, organization info. Who works there? What are their job titles? What are their phone numbers? Second, network info. What's their digital real estate? Their domains, their IP addresses. And third, you've got system info. What specific technologies are they running? Every single detail is a potential breadcrumb. Okay, so now that we know what they're looking for, let's talk about how they get it. And it really boils down to two fundamental approaches. You can either be a ghost, or you can get your hands dirty.
Passive footprinting. That's like being a spy sitting in a car across the street with binoculars. You're just using public sources, trying not to be seen. On the other hand, active footprinting is like walking right up to the front door and rattling the doorknobs. It gets you better, more direct information, for sure, but you run the very real risk of setting off an alarm. And this diagram just illustrates that core choice perfectly. It's a decision every attacker has to make. Do you stay hidden in the shadows, quietly collecting what you can from a distance? Or do you risk making direct contact to get that richer, more detailed intelligence? It's a classic risk versus reward scenario.
All right, now for one of the most powerful and honestly one of the most overlooked tools in the entire reconnaissance arsenal. You don't always need some crazy sophisticated software to get started. Sometimes all you need is a simple search engine. The secret here is using these advanced search operators, which are known in the security community as Google dorks. Now, these aren't hacks in the traditional sense, they're just extremely specific, almost surgical search queries. For example, using file type PDF combined with a simple word like password can instantly uncover documents that were absolutely, positively never meant to see the light of day.
And what's really wild is this real-world example right here. Look at this query. It's looking for pages with the word intranet in both the title and the URL, and it has to contain the text human resources. And the results? Whoa. Supposedly private internal HR pages from major organizations, just sitting there, indexed by Google, and available to anyone who knows how to ask the right question. It's pretty shocking.
Now, of course, it goes beyond just search engines. A real digital detective has a whole toolkit of specialized software. And these tools are designed to automate the hunt for deeper, more technical vulnerabilities.
First up, we've got tools that don't just search for websites. No, they search for every single device connected to the internet. I'm talking massive servers, traffic lights, webcams, you name it.
This right here is Shodan. It's often called the world's most dangerous search engine, and you can see why. Here it's showing results for industrial control systems. An attacker can use this to find the open ports, the software versions, and even the physical locations of critical infrastructure. It's essentially a map of potential backdoors into power grids or factories.
Okay, next up, let's see how you can quickly build a list of people who work at a target organization. Because, let's be honest, people are very often the easiest way in.
This tool, it's called the Harvester, and it does exactly what its name implies. It automatically scours public sources like LinkedIn and Google to gather up names, job titles, and email addresses for a specific company. So in just a few minutes, an attacker has a detailed list of potential targets, ready-made for a social engineering attack.
So, this brings us to an absolutely crucial point. Technology is only half the picture. The biggest vulnerabilities are often not found in the code, but in the people who use it and the information they unintentionally share with the world.
I mean, take a look at this. It might seem like a totally normal job ad, but for an attacker, this is an absolute treasure map. It lists the company's exact technologies: VMware ESXi 6.x, Exchange 2013, Citrix, and NetScaler. Just like that, an attacker knows precisely which systems to research for known vulnerabilities. And this isn't some rare mistake. It's an incredibly common, overlooked security blunder that even the biggest companies make. They are literally advertising their own attack surface.
And it's not just job ads, you know? Every single piece of public information provides another clue. User surveys, they can reveal business plans. Support forums can identify disgruntled employees who might be really easy targets for a phishing attack. Even a simple product promotion details features, and by extension, it's also detailing potential weaknesses.
So, finally, let's assemble all of these clues, because the goal of footprinting isn't just to collect a mountain of data, it's to organize it into a coherent, actionable plan of attack.
This systematic process is what transforms all those scattered data points into a precise map. It starts passively, right? Quietly gathering public info. Then it moves to more active scanning to confirm targets and find open doors. Finally, it all comes together to map the entire network and pinpoint the exact path of least resistance for an attack.
You know, the same tools and the same techniques that are used to map out a giant multinational corporation can be used to map out your personal or your company's footprint. Understanding what you're sharing with the world, it isn't just a good idea, it's the very first step to actually securing it.